Ordinarily, Paige, I would agree with you, but this time you're wrong. Mom is not trying to hide anything.
Well, then why didn't she go right to the police and tell them everything, Dennis?
What good would that have done? It would only have dragged Mom and Vivian into this thing, and this is complicated enough mess as it is.
Why are you protecting Iris?
Because this is a criminal case. Mom and Vivian could be dragged into this as accessories to the crime, and I don't want that. What would be the point, Paige? I'm going to prison as it is. It wouldn't make sense.
Dennis, I have to know what happened that night.
Look, I don't want to go over this anymore. I've already gone over everything with the police.
Dennis, please. This is important. This is your life.
My life is over. Don't you understand? I killed a man. How many times do I have to say it, and to how many people? I'm pleading guilty. There won't even be a trial.
No trial?
No. I'll go before the judge. He'll pass sentence. And that'll be it.
Dennis, this is really important. You have to tell me what really happened that night.
Come on, it's not that complicated. I got very drunk. I went to Chris's office with the intent of getting even with the man. When I got there, he showed me your publicity stills.
Oh, the things he must have said to you. Oh, my God. What you must have felt.
What did you expect? And then he showed me where he was keeping the film in his safe. We fought, and I killed the man.
Do you remember killing him?
Paige?
Do you?
When Mom got there, there was just Chris and me. We were the only two there.
What does that prove, Dennis? You remember seeing the film, you remember seeing the stills, but you don't remember actually killing Chris. Don't you see?
When Mom got there, there was just Chris and me. I must have killed him.
Don't you understand,
Look,
Dennis?
Paige, what you're doing is very valiant. But it doesn't take an Einstein to figure out that I killed Chris.
If you remembered anything of the murder, then I would...
Look, will you just forget it, please?
Do you remember what you said to me, darling? Please heed your own advice. Don't keep anything from the police, please. Tell them the truth from the very beginning, all right?
Paige, this information is not going to help me now.
Don't be so sure.
Hi, Elena. Surprised to see me?
Come in. How is Alex?
Dr. Douglas is with him now. He's consulting with several attending neurologists.
Is he conscious?
No, he isn't.
Well, I've been praying for him, Iris.
I suppose that comment was meant to make me feel indebted to you.
What do you mean?
I mean, I suppose I should thank you for having found Alex in time.
It's not really necessary, Iris. I'm just sorry that there wasn't more I could do.
I know this may sound impertinent, but just exactly what were you doing, going to Alex's office?
I wanted to speak to Alex about Dennis, about the possibility of his being able to help him.
Why did you think you had to go to Alex for that? Knowing that he is Dennis's real father, you must have realized he would do anything he could to help Dennis.
I know that, Iris. If it were up to Alex alone, I also know that Dennis has refused help from you and Alex. And I thought there was a possibility of my being able to help straighten that out.
Don't you think you have helped enough?
I don't know what you mean.
If it weren't for you, dear Paige, they wouldn't be in this mess. Dennis wouldn't be in jail.
Don't you think I know that? Don't you think I turn that over in my head every time I take a breath of air and remember that I'm free and he's not?
So then what are you doing here? Trying to complicate things further?
I came here today because I thought there might be something you could do to help get Dennis out of jail.
So how'd you like the flowers I brought you?
They were very nice. I didn't know that they were from you, though. You didn't sign the card.
Well, I figured you'd know they were from me.
How would I know something like that? I didn't know where you were. What are you doing in New York?
I'm hurt that you didn't remember, Elena. I thought I told you that I was shipping out. Remember?
It's your ship in New York now?
Yeah. Some coincidence, eh?
Yeah.
Say, I was thinking you might like to take a look at it. You ever seen a freighter before?
No, I haven't.
Well, let's go then.
No, I can't go now. I have to do a show in a little while. It's really not a good time. Maybe we could go tomorrow. We would have more time to spend in it.
We're going now, Elena.
I know you were in Chris Shaw's office the night he was murdered, Iris.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No point in playing innocent with me. I saw you driving out of the parking lot.
If this is your idea of a joke, let me remind you that Alex is lying in that room near death.
Let me see. It was raining, and I wasn't in the best of emotional states. But it's difficult to miss that white car of yours, especially with Dennis slumped over in the front seat.
And just what do you intend to do with this information?
That depends on you, Iris.
Oh, let me warn you, Paige. Not to play your cards too quickly.
Dennis told me that he was unconscious when you arrived.
And?
And I don't believe that Dennis is capable of killing any man, no matter what kind of state he was in.
But you think I am, is that it?
Yes. Yes, I do. I think you killed Chris Shaw, and Dennis is covering for you.
That's preposterous. The most preposterous accusation I have ever heard.
Is it? Well, you didn't think it was preposterous when the police thought that I'd killed Chris. And you certainly had as much or more to gain by Chris's death as I did. And you're very ruthless, Iris.
I don't know what you think you have to gain from
All
this.
I want to gain is seeing Dennis set free.
Well, if you want Dennis set free, you will not mention what you have just said to anyone, particularly the police.
Oh, you can drop the bullying act, Iris. It won't work.
You don't know the whole story, Paige.
Well, then why don't you tell it to me? That's why I came here.
I can't.
Well, then maybe the police can convince you, Iris. I'm sure that they'll be very interested in this information.
I'm telling you, Paige, if you want Dennis set free, you will not repeat what you have just said to anyone.